5 immersive worlds, 1 amazing theme park. Get ready to explore the all-new Universal Epic Universe, featuring the wizarding world of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, and Dark Universe. Epic Universe opens May 22nd at Universal Orlando Resort. Our universe will never be the same. Tickets and packages on sale now at universalorlando.com.
Hello and welcome to Lifetime Uncorked, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I'm your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I'm Drew Current.
And I'm Amy Couey.
Yay! Amy Couey is here.
Hello.
Yay!
Our drink of choice today is Nitro from Starbucks. They're not a sponsor, but I'm just not ready for wine yet.
I understand.
Had a lot of wine this weekend, holiday weekend. We watched a lot of movies. And Amy Couey and I, it's weird to like have you here like on the podcast because like I don't address you like by name. When I talk about you, I say Amy Couey, but now I'm like Amy Couey, Amy Couey. Anyways, Amy Couey's here, everybody, and
Hi.
Yes, she's an artist. She is a comedian, and she is a co-host of a fellow podcast here on the Universehead Network, Doc Hard.
Yeah.
Doc Hard.
Yeah. Amy, can you tell us a little bit about your podcast?
Sure. My other partner in podcasting crime is Rebecca Guerra, and we watch documentaries and drink whiskey and get real snarky about it. So we try and watch things that we are absolutely interested in.
Yeah.
But then sometimes we want to watch things that people are talking about, or we want to get to know why that's a thing. Mm-hmm. You know, like why people buy reborn baby dolls.
What?
That's a thing. And there's a documentary on it.
Oh, no.
They look like perfect little real babies,
Yeah.
but they're dolls, and they're called reborns.
Mm-hmm.
So you can like have like it's like that little doll that like pees.
But
Sort of.
but a,
Right.
but a $5,000 one that looks just like your grandson.
It looks
Oh,
literally
no.
like a
Okay.
baby.
Yeah.
Great. Well,
So if you're interested in weird things and documentaries, and you like to drink whiskey and get snarky, or maybe just listen to two people go back and forth about their opinions, I highly recommend it.
If you like the snark on this show, you
That's true.
love the snark on
I've
Doc
heard
Hard.
that we are a little bit snarky. Not my intent, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just being me. Okay?
Oh, that's my intent.
That was us. That's
Yeah.
us.
Well, I love documentaries, and my roommate Sarah also loves documentaries. So I'll definitely be suggesting some.
Right.
I'm trying to think of one. The last one I watched was like the Russian like drug scandal. Mm-hmm. There's like this is totally sidetracking, but this guy was training for a marathon or something, and he wanted to dope and like see what Lance Armstrong did. But then somehow, and like whoever was helping him dope up was involved in that Russia Olympic scandal, and he was like the person who orchestrated the whole doping in Russia, and he had to be extradited from the country, and he now lives in America. He's in hiding.
Oh,
Yeah.
That I feel like I know about that story, but I don't know if I watched that one yet. But
I'm
that
not
sounds
sure
good.
what it's called, but it was crazy.
Well, we already figured out today, though, that there's a perfect way for us to cross over.
Yes.
Because of the Robert Durst Lifetime movie
Correct.
that is...
With Catherine McPhee.
Yeah, and so
From
we
American
can watch
Idol.
that, and then we can watch Jinx, and
Okay.
then we can both talk about that, because
And,
that's going to be good.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that. But as I mentioned before, Emi Couey and I watched these movies today. We watched 2 movies today. We had a cheese plate. We had veggies.
I felt like a queen. I walked in there. There was Christmas lights everywhere.
Oh, we decorated.
A Christmas tree.
Oh, yeah.
Snacks all over the coffee table. It was like, oh my gosh.
It was fun.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, so we watched 2 movies today. So Amy Couey is helping me with 2 episodes of the podcast. For the first episode, we are going to be discussing With Love, Christmas.
Oh boy.
Starring Emilie Ullerup and Aaron O'Connell. both very attractive white people.
Oh, yeah.
Very.
The most attractive white people so far.
I would say if you want me to give you a description of what they look like, my mother would first say, she's got the prettiest teeth. And boy, does she have beautiful teeth. She looks kind of like Christine Underwood, that singer.
Carrie Underwood. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure Christine's
that might be a girl I went to high school with.
Christine's her full name, I'm sure.
Yeah. And he, I swear, it finally hit me halfway through the movie, had such a Swayze thing going on. I mean,
oh yeah,
he is. They're both very, very beautiful people to the point where they almost look unreal.
Yeah, it's almost like not attractive almost in a way.
Right.
So attractive that they become unattractive.
You're just kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you saw them in person, you would be like not into it, but on TV they look great.
No, yeah. If you saw it in person, I'd be like, how do I even talk to this?
Right.
Like, are you real? I don't know.
You touch his face like Hook when it's like, there you are, Peter.
Oh my God. So they work in, jumping right in, they work at an ad agency. Melanie is our protagonist for this one. And she worked with this guy. His name's Donovan. And yes, they are at an ad agency. She's like working on a pitch for ketchup.
That was one of her pitches, yes.
Yeah.
Because they've got to hurry up and get their holiday ads together because we all know how popular ketchup is around the holidays.
Just in general?
Just ketchup. No brand of ketchup. Just she's like, I have the ketchup ad.
I have the ketchup
that
account.
I must be working on.
The ketchup account.
Got to get that ketchup account.
And he's working on the new phone that they are launching. Oh, I wrote it down, but
Evergreen.
Evergreen phone. So it's a new phone that has face chat, where you can chat and look at someone's face at the same time.
What?
I know. It might be like FaceTime.
That's crazy.
But
what a cool idea.
Yes. So
It's very serious.
He's pretty serious and like into his job, and he's like the lone wolf of the office. And she's like Miss Christmas cheery gal.
Yeah. She's worked there about 4 to 5 years. He's worked there only a year.
Only a year.
Nobody knows anything about him.
Mysterious, handsome stranger. So they are pulled into the office, and their bald boss is like, hey, guys, we're having a mandatory Secret Santa. Because, of course, Donovan's like, oh, I would rather opt out. And he's like, nope, sorry, mandatory. Sorry, Jews. Sorry, anybody who doesn't celebrate Christmas. We're doing a secret Santa, Christian Santa. Yeah.
$50 limit.
Yes, $50 limit, which is a big limit for,
That's a lot.
That's a big limit.
That's a lot of...
I mean, I was telling Patrick, though, the only time that I've ever been a part of a company Secret Santa, we all got $200 Amex cards to spend on each other.
Oh, God, yeah, that's right.
well,
I was like,
yes.
What?
You're like, I will spend this on myself.
And didn't you just get some bullshit?
Hey,
I
got paint.
Paint for the artist.
And let me give you some advice. Don't ever buy an artist paint. They've got it.
They already
They've
got it.
They already got it.
They already fucking got
Unless it's watercolors, right?
Right.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Watercolors,
But
finger paint.
$50 worth of paint and a child's projector. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Thank you. $200.
How about just give me the card? Yeah. Anyways, so it's this whole thing, the Secret Santa, and of course, Melanie gets Donovan.
Yes.
So she's like, oh crap, Donovan, he's so mysterious and so grouchy.
Uh-oh.
How am I ever going to get him in the Christmas spirit? He doesn't even want to do the thing.
Right. How am I even going to figure out what to buy him? I don't even know him at all.
Yes. So she goes to her sister and she's like, what should I do, sister? Equally attractive, slightly older. Right? Maybe hair not as blonde.
We never really find out until later that was her sister, in fact.
Right. You just assume because they both have blonde hair. And Couey, we should say, you have never seen a Hallmark movie before today?
No.
So I was teaching her the tropes. I'm like, well,
He sure was.
You need to learn about the genetics of the family by their hair color. Two
Yes.
blondes are sisters. The brunette is the best friend.
Or the other woman.
Or the other woman. Yes, there's two brunettes in this movie. Hair color is very important in these movies.
I started to notice.
It's
I was
like
oh my
it's like your
God.
Barbies. Like, I'm probably talking to deaf ears with you two, but like having your Barbies, you know, you'd have the blonde Barbies like all hang out, and the black hair Barbie. Like there's the Hawaiian one, Nico.
Yes, I loved the Hawaiian one actually because she had really long hair.
Yes, I loved her too, and she fell out of my car one time when I was like doing like a window like flying Barbie thing. Fell out. Couldn't go back. Or maybe we did go back. I don't remember.
That's one of my weird fears, is to like hold anything over a ledge or out of a window. 'Cause I'm like, what if I drop it?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, don't put Barbie out the window. She will fall.
Well, and also just to point out,
Yes.
this is how awesome Patrick is and how much I love him. Because if you know me, I'm not a bah humbug like Donovan.
Right.
But I am not necessarily a Christmas person. You know, Christmas is cool, but I am also definitely not a huge Christmas movie person. I mean, I'm a classic watcher.
Like Home Alone.
Home
like
Alone,
Elf.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, It's a Wonderful Life,
Stuff like that
yes.
with like my dad and my family.
Like
but otherwise, I'm
real
not like,
Christmas movies.
let's do this. Like the audible groans that I have made during Christmas movies and eye rolling is insane. So for the fact that I watched this movie with Patrick shows how much I love him and how much I support this podcast.
Well, it really helped me out
Aw.
this week, because I'll say it now. My mom was going to come on the podcast, but then I was like, do you want to do this? And she's like, not really. Like, I don't really have much to say to fill up like a whole thing. But then like we were watching some at home because I had 6 to watch this week. And she's just making all her comments. I'm like, where is this, Mom? This would have been great on the podcast. So, Mom, next year you're coming on the podcast. Okay, so she's with her sister. Melanie's with her sister. And she is like, what do I do? What would I do for the Secret Santa? And the sister's like, why don't you secretly email him? And she's like, oh, okay.
Secretly email him.
So Melanie creates a secret email account.
Okay.
And sends him an email.
Cool.
And she says, I wrote it down. She says, what are some of your favorite things? That's it. And maybe she signs it Secret Santa or something.
Yeah.
And his response is, I have to go to work. You can get me a tie. I have work to do. I'm too busy.
So just shut it down.
You could get me a tie. That's not bad. A $50 tie.
Yeah, it would be a nice tie.
It would be a very nice
It'd be
tie.
a decent tie.
So yeah, then she's like, I don't know, this is not acceptable. A tie's too impersonal. I got to think of something else. So she has him she goes to his she puts a tree on his desk, a Christmas tree,
To get him in, try to get him in
in
the
the spirit.
Right, because
Nice
he just
moves.
keeps constantly saying or shutting everything down and not wanting to be a part of everything. It's very bah humbuggy. I'm working. I've got this huge phone account. I mean, because he kind of biffs it and messes up and doesn't give the guy the right pitch that he wanted. He wants heart. For how many times they dropped heart, I should have started drinking. So because it was always like, that's not enough heart. That's not enough heart.
I bet they
It's not
say that a
warm
lot
enough.
though, and
They
like
do.
marketing
Oh,
places.
sure.
Like it
Oh,
really,
yeah.
they're like,
Absolutely.
I'm just not feeling the heart of it.
Well, and they show how last year and the year before, how all of the commercials or the commercial that they put out, all of the people that it affected, and that's the whole purpose of the Christmas season.
It
is
reached
that
5 million people on social media.
Yeah, one amazing commercial, because all year long we talk about our tech, but only one time of year do we get to the heart.
Bless them for getting in there and dealing with the technology of today,
Right.
because that's not a thing they do.
Face chat.
Face chat
Like face chat. So yeah,
and social media.
And the social media really did well on social media, that commercial. So Donovan does kind of mess up this pitch, and the boss is like, well, obviously you're going to work with Melanie because she is the Christmas queen of the office,
Right.
And she can bring some heart and warmth.
Heart and warmth.
So they get together, and it's not going well, and they're kind of spitballing ideas, and he's like, hey, how about we work on our own and come back later and we'll reconvene, which is what you do not want your project person to say ever. That was any school project where you had to work with a group, and it was why don't we do it by ourselves, and then they're just waiting for you to do it. So they go away, and then they come back, and she's like, okay, did you think of anything? Of course he hadn't. So she's like, well, I'm going to take you to the town Christmas festival. So yeah, so there we go.
That'll do it.
We get our little Christmas time on, And at this point, Couey's like, I did not sign up for this cheesy Christmas shit, okay? And I'm like, don't worry, this is like the least Christmas one.
And you're like, oh no, you did.
Well, you did, but it's not going to hit you over the head. This is just like a little blip on the Christmas radar. Like they go to the town, they look at the trees. There's a Santa there. She tries to get him to eat a cookie, but he doesn't eat sugar.
He took a bite.
He did take one bite. He
and
broke
he did
his diet.
And she's like, I told you.
I told you you'd like cookies.
But with a body that good, you don't eat any sugar, okay?
Although, to be fair, she probably doesn't either. Even though, if I want to get a little snarky, they put her in some questionable outfits.
Not flattering outfits.
Where it was just like, she's a very pretty girl. And, you know, some outfits showed that she was, you know, thin and beautiful. But also, like, some would instigate, like, a little pooch.
It would start like
out of all outfits, you're putting her in that.
If it was a paparazzi, it would be like pregnant.
She's pregnant. Seriously, there was 2 scenes where you're like, is she?
You're like, and maybe
showing?
Maybe she is. I don't know. I didn't look into it before, but
they could learn from some other costumers on how to cover that up.
Lacey Chabert last year did a Christmas movie and she was pregnant, so they like put envelopes in front of her, like she was always carrying like a briefcase or flowers or like whatever. Very obviously
like a
pregnant.
13-year-old boy in a notebook.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so they go to this thing and he gets like kind of into the Christmas spirit. He's like in the right mindset to sell this evergreen phone. And then he...
Oh, I just got to the fact that the phone is called Evergreen.
For Christmas.
Yeah, for Christmas tree phone.
But technically it was a year-round thing, which is what the guy that didn't like the pitch said.
That would make... I mean, yeah.
But for the fact that it's named Evergreen, I was like...
Yeah. You got to get them sneaky little deep cuts.
Their Easter eggs are so weird.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I just got it and I watched this movie at noon.
But that's the thing. These movies are the gifts that keep on giving. Okay, you can just you can rewatch and learn new things every time. Like I today I did rewatch these 2. I watched them at home to write my blog posts. But then I was rewatching them with Couey today. I'm like, oh, I didn't even notice that before. Oh, I didn't even notice that before. So yeah, it is like really like you could. It's the type of movie where you're doing a bunch of other things at the same time.
And I'm like, you watched this twice?
I do often watch them twice. So then I'm like ready for them.
So you're really ready.
Absolutely.
Well, it's like I've been calling it the Hallmark Cinematic Universe.
Right.
Yes. It's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's all sorts of little things that you just maybe like. I didn't realize that was in there. Some crossover. It's all in the same universe.
Yes.
All of these happen in the same universe. Like
another
Vermont. Yeah, mostly in
Connecticut.
Vermont.
Yeah, Vermont,
Connecticut. But what I want to see,
Connecticut.
What I want to see is another movie.
I don't know states
that has they're like evergreen phone, like just a real quick glimpse of it.
That'd be cool. Okay, well we'll keep an eye out for that.
You gotta keep your
listeners also like. If this is like a Marvel Universe type of situation and we're just not picking up, I know about the Folgers coffee cup. Mm-hmm. I know that Folgers is in everything, but what else are we missing?
Yeah, what are
Pay
we
attention,
missing?
listeners.
Yes. So then, they do their Christmas outing, and then she's at home on like her comfy couch, and like she's chilling with her cat, and he is like at a coffee shop, down in coffee and like working because he's a work is his life.
Mm-hmm.
And
always with a cup of coffee.
Yeah, she starts like flirting via email.
Her fake email.
Yes.
Yeah, the fake email that she set up. So she's like flirty banter with him, and it's really weird, Drew. Like, well, I'll let you get into that. I want to read the banter so you can get an idea about it.
Yes, please.
Uh-huh.
So she's like, let's see what.
And think about this as he reads it.
Yeah.
As Secret Santa. So it could be anyone in the office. It could be Joe from accounting. It could be Wes from taxes. I don't know enough about an office. I don't know about enough of
from taxes department.
You know what I'm saying? The mail room, whatever.
Yes.
So it could be anybody. So listen to them through the
non-gendered.
Yeah, just I don't know who this is.
Just
I'm pointing
email.
that out for a reason.
Yeah. So Mel says, "We are fresh out of tags here at the North Pole. Are you a sports fan? Do you like any... I can't read this. Do you like to read?" And then he says, "Why is it important that you get me the right gift?" And she says, "It's my job. I'm your Secret Santa." I'm starting to think that you really need some good old-fashioned holiday cheer.
Mm-hmm.
And then his response is, bah humbug.
Literally typed that out.
Literally typed it out. And as they're typing, Drew, the like little bubbles pop up with like what they're typing.
Yeah.
So you can like see
it.
it.
So
types
it's like you've
across
got
the
mail
screen.
type of thing.
Nice. Okay.
But not all the time.
Only sometimes.
Are you
Sometimes.
reading more?
No, that's it for this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like tick, 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 tick. Very fast, not in tune with typing. So you think.
Do they have like the old school typewriter sound?
No.
They do have the send swoosh.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, how hard is it to aim it to look like it is typing instead of just printing it essentially across the screen? Like.
Oh, it's like a hack.
It's too fast.
Hacker. Like
Yeah,
like
it's too
Libby
fast.
hacker.
It's like,
where it's
instead of them. But the reason why this bothers me is because sometimes they're just typing in a coffee shop or at home.
Right.
And it's going like that real fast. Or he's in a coffee shop going, yeah, bah humbug, talking.
As he's typing.
Oh, he's
As
saying
it-
it.
yes.
And it's being
Yes.
printed.
And there's
Who
also voiceover
Totally.
to like what is being so like they're it's either an inner monologue as they're writing like Carrie Bradshaw.
It's both. It's
or it's outside where they're like, how could you get me a tie? What are you talking about?
I was like, what?
No, they need to just pick one because
Pick
it
one.
goes back and forth. So yeah, so
Oh, boy.
That's wonderful.
he's having all this drama, and then what happens next? Oh, we go ice skating. So there's a work like outing ice skating, and they have this weird like they must have had to do some reshoots because there's like some green screen going on in the
Oh my
background.
God. They were actually at a skating
Yeah,
rink.
at the skating rink.
And we see people skating and the boss like kind of creepily watching everybody skate. And also as a work outing that the first one he finally goes to after working there that long is an ice skating event. You're going to get Scrooge out on the ice. Are you kidding me? But at least we got to see him in some business cash. Looking
Yes.
good, Swayze. So then all of a sudden I was like, Patrick, are they in front of a green screen? The people behind them are all out of proportion, but they were just at a skating rink, a real one. So why are they on a green
yeah,
screen
they probably
for it?
they probably had they had that ring. They had that
bad
skating rink
lighting.
for
20 minutes.
They ran out of time.
20 minutes. They ran
Oh
out of
my
time.
God. And they
Very
wasted
true.
it all on shots of people. Ooh,
Yeah, it's kinda shaking.
Joe from accounting.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yes.
Old Bill in accounting.
That old tax guy.
The old tax guy. He doesn't know how to skate. Of course
Yes.
he doesn't.
So before that, actually, I missed one key point. So
Can I ask something?
yeah,
And because this is like their standard. They missed an opportunity.
of course.
Did they miss the opportunity to have him be like, "Oh, I used to play hockey or something,
Yeah,
and
no hockey.
I'm good at skating, and she's not good at it."
They don't even go on the ice
No.
or put on ice skates.
No.
So yes, they missed
Or they
that.
showed him for like a
Good.
hot second, but it was nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Then good. I mean, because that as long as
Didn't happen.
As long as they keep missing those opportunities, that trope will
Yes.
always be there.
It's true.
And that's a real Hallmark movie.
But see, it's like, oh, ice skating, of course. So somebody could be like, whoa, and need to
like,
hold somebody's
exactly.
hand.
Or
Right.
He's like, "Oh, I used to play
Ice
hockey."
skating is the total hand holding thing. So any listeners out there, if somebody's asking you to do ice skating, it's because they want to hold your hand.
Don't worry, guys. There's ice skating in some other movies this week. We'll get to it. But yeah, so one key point that I did glide over. So they're together, like, running errands or something, Donovan and Mel. And she scheduled an email to send out while they were together so he wouldn't think that she was his secret Santa because she was very concerned about him finding out. So that's been covered. He asked her point blank, "Are you my secret Santa?" And she said no.
Oh, okay.
So that's very important.
Which I was like, wow, I didn't know you could schedule an email. Way to go, Mel.
Yeah, and you can. That's a
Sneaky,
Hallmark with
sneaky Mel.
that technology.
Hallmark getting that technology happening.
So then after the ice skating and all that, we get back to more emails and they start getting like pretty real. She's like getting more information from him and she's like, is there a reason why you don't like Christmas? And his response is, I'll do my best to read this. I'm going to try to pull this closer because I can't read today. He says, okay, I'll play along. My mom passed away when I was really young.
Yep, there it was.
My dad, he never was around much for the holidays. He's a lawyer, very successful. I can't remember a Christmas where he wasn't in the office. We actually don't talk much. He was disappointed when I turned down law school. You know, I don't think I ever shared that with anybody before. I'm really glad I emailed you. I didn't realize I needed someone to talk to.
Just like
Secret
that.
Santa.
Just like that.
To a Secret Santa opened up. Like, I didn't need someone to talk to. Like, whew, it's getting heavy.
That is... Okay, you know, you never know when...
Now, was he saying it or typing it or both?
Both.
Nice.
Jinx. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like, this is supposed to be the heartfelt moment that I'm supposed to like be like, oh, Donovan, God love him. But I'm like yelling at the screen going like, why are you talking to yourself in a coffee shop? Nobody would say those feelings out loud, and let alone to this Secret Santa.
What if you saw someone doing that?
Oh my God, I would die. I would sit down.
Yeah.
Even if I had somewhere to go, I would text that person and be like,
"Here I
I'm
am."
going to be late because I'm going to sit in this coffee shop and finish watching this person talk to themselves.
Yes. Well, and they are doing this weird talking to themselves, but they really are having like a genuine moment because she opens up about, wait.
Can
Yeah.
I say? So she goes, yeah, I completely understand. I'm going to paraphrase.
Yeah,
because
I
remember
didn't write it
exactly.
down.
I completely understand because my mother was a huge influence in my life. She was a ballerina, and it made me want to be a ballerina. But when I was going to Juilliard, I realized that's not who I wanted to be. As if it's that easy to just fake your way into Juilliard as a ballerina and then go, I don't want to do this anymore.
How is that like understand? I totally get it. My mom also was always around always, and I love her.
Well, no, she wasn't.
Just
She
kind of
toured
like
as a
your-
ballerina.
Oh,
Right.
You missed my point. So,
but
no.
but that was like no. His mom died, though.
Yeah, I think her mom died
She was
too.
comparing it to the
Did
father.
her mom die? I don't remember. I think her mom might be dead.
No, because they FaceTimed the whole time during the holidays the year before, and she was trying to use that as an idea for the Evergreen
But her
commercial.
mom's like not in the movie at all.
No,
The dad
mom
is.
or dad isn't. But yeah, so she's
you're
just
right.
trying to be like, you have issues with your father wanting to be your following in footsteps. I also had a following in footsteps moment. I just couldn't get over. And like was
Yeah.
like rolling my eyes so hard because the fact that it's like, I'm sorry,
Juilliard.
if you get into Juilliard, I'm pretty sure you don't drop out of Juilliard. Maybe there are people, because I guess in art school there's a lot of pressure, so a lot of people are like, I can't handle rejection. I can't handle actual critiques. I am now a small fish in a big pond. I got to get out of here. Panic.
Yeah.
But the way that she did it, it was like it sounded like she was like, I mean, I was this amazing ballerina when I was in Juilliard, and I just went, I don't want to do this.
I want to do marketing.
I want to be in an ad agency and doing ads for ketchup.
I love ketchup,
my
and I
real
want to do ads for ketchup.
Oh my gosh.
So, yes. What?
I just realized another thing.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is so
See?
funny.
It all comes to you.
But this is when we start talking about dad. Are we ready to start talking about Donovan's dad?
Donovan's dad? Sure, let's go there. Yeah,
Okay.
it's perfect time because he's saying that he's all whatever. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm so sorry. So at one point, the father and Donovan are trying to kind of communicate with each other, but they are on like two different planets, of
Yes.
course. And there's a moment where he's kind of like, oh, I always believed in you. I thought you could do anything. You could sell. I've always said you could sell anything. You could sell a red popsicle to a woman in white gloves. And then Donovan says on 4th of July, and they have this father-son moment. I start laughing wildly because I'm like, that's not the way you say it. And that's a line from Tommy Boy where he says, I could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves.
Yeah, I mean that's like a term.
It's a term,
Yeah.
but
I never heard it.
But her
never
ad,
heard that.
But one of her people was ketchup.
Right.
Maybe that's why they changed it to red popsicle instead of ketchup.
Yeah. I don't know.
That was a weird Amy Couey moment. I'm so sorry. I just had to.
And they were like both talking but not like communicating
at
like
all.
So he was like, the dad's like saying like, I love you, son, you're the best, but the son was hearing like, you're not a lawyer, you're a loser. And then the son's like, hey dad, do you want to like hang out sometime? And the dad's like, oh, you are too busy to hang with me with your fancy job. So like they were saying things but they were just hearing totally different things.
And that
it was
probably
so
happens
weird.
in real life all the time.
I'm trying to like have a response where I'm like not hearing what you're saying at all, but I'm not that fast at thinking. But you, haha, good joke, me. and yeah, thank you. Anyway, so then we go to the big pitch. So they're all ready to do the big pitch.
Yes.
And I wish I had a clip. I could not find a clip online in time for this episode. But what happens is they have their like drawn like poster board like drawing. So it's a little boy and it's like 2 days before Christmas or
cheesy
something.
storyboards.
And he goes to like write his letter. He gets out his crayons to write his letter for Santa, but it's not going to get there in the mail in time. So how can he communicate to Santa? He gets the evergreen phone and calls the operator, and he asks for Santa's direct line, and then he talks to Santa. And now we flash to Christmas Day, and you see the present, and on the present it says, to Bobby's dad, or whatever the fuck his name was. And then Bobby's dad opens, and it's a snowblower. Just what he wanted for Christmas. They hug, and then the logo Evergreen Phone pops up. So true.
Yeah.
As a consumer of phones and snowblowers.
I'm a big snowblower guy.
Is that branding like on brand? Like, because...
I would say
Yeah?
no. I'm going to just say probably not.
Yeah.
I want my snowblower ads separate from my phone ads.
Right.
But in the beginning though, there was one storyboard in the beginning where the little boy, it opens on him looking out the window at his dad, like, you know how you're warned
shoveling.
so he's like looking at his dad
Gotcha.
just like shoveling so hard, getting the driveway clean. And so that's where there was one tinge. My little Grinch heart had a tiny tinge when it was
Okay,
like, oh, he
that's
asked for
fair.
something for his dad and not for himself. And, you know,
Gotcha.
I love dad stuff. So I
Right.
was like, that's really sweet. But Patrick was like, this isn't for snowblowers.
Yeah. Like, no.
Actually, my question on that ad would be, does Evergreen have an exclusive line to fucking Santa Claus?
boy.
Is that what that means?
You know, if you call, it's
'Cause then
like
I'm
911.
buying it.
If you
Right.
call 911 and you're a child, like, you know, they'll
Yeah.
like help you.
Right.
If you call an operator,
I've
and you
heard
say,
that
"Give
a
me
child called for help with their math homework and a 911 operator helped them.
that's better than I could do.
Right? I'd be like, ooh, let me get Bob from accounting.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
Is this
so-
an emergency? Yeah, I gotta have
my
homework
God.
time. Bye.
Nope. Sorry. Bye. Don't call me.
Bye, kid.
So the pitch goes well, and they land the account and they high five and they're like, "Good job, partner!" And they high five.
He hugs her and says sorry.
Oh, he hugs her and spins her around, which, you know, call HR. Call HR.
Uh-oh.
Don't spin me around.
Uh-oh.
I'm at work.
I'm at work. Don't spin me around, dude.
Yeah. So it goes very well. But then he, of course, now we're in like the zone, Drew, where we have the betrayal or the twist.
Oh, yep. You gotta
And
have that
he
one.
mistakenly picks the girl who planned the ice skating outing. I don't know what her name was, but she also has
Alicia.
brown hair. Oh, Alicia. And she has brown hair.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, why don't we go out on a date? Because he thinks she's the Secret Santa. And he's been like bonding with her over email. So
Okay.
he's like ready to go on a date. They go out on a date. And it's very nice. He brings her flowers and, you know, whatever. And then he brings up the Secret Santa. And she's like, I'm not your Secret Santa. I've got Becky. And then we cut to a commercial because what the hell? I know. So then we're at the office and they're like drinking champagne, getting ready for the big promotion announcement. Who's going to get it? Did we talk about the promotion?
Oh, yeah. So at one point they're pulled in. She's pulled into the office, and the fake boss, who basically all over his desk is just succulents. So he's not a boss. So anyway, he's just like, you're up for the promotion for whatever position. And she's like, oh, me? Oh, yes, I'd really like that.
She's very nice.
She's
like,
really nice.
Really nice, yes.
That's
person.
a constant thread.
Everyone keeps saying, Mel, you're so nice.
You're too nice, Mel.
But yeah, they're saying it like it's a bad thing. And she's like, why is everyone saying nice is a bad thing?
And also, she had like 50 names in this. It was Millie, it was Mel, it was
Melanie.
They were calling her everything.
Any abbreviation of Melanie.
And then they bring the Donovan in, and they're like, yeah, we're looking at you too. And, you really need to get this account. And he's like, okay, I'm going to try it. And then they're both told that the other one is up for it. You think that they wouldn't put two people together on the same account. How would you be able to tell that they didn't do it together?
Divide and
who
conquer.
did a better job? It then becomes he said, she said, instead of who do you promote?
Yeah, divide and conquer, baby.
I don't know. That wouldn't have been my approach. And I wouldn't have my desk covered in succulents.
As a boss?
No.
I
would give Millie ketchup, and I'd give Donovan some other thing, and I'd see how well they do, because I'm promoting one. I'm not putting you. Otherwise, I would have made them partner for that position, because clearly they work good together.
Right.
I don't know. Sorry, guys.
Well, anyway, so the promotion's happening, and Mel gets the promotion. Hooray for Mel! So exciting. And
Good
then
I was really happy
like
for
very
her.
excited, and it is good, like to have the lady get.
I
the
always
promotion
want to be promoted with a
over the
buffet
man.
plate.
Yeah, and then they're at this like fancy party, and she's like all dressed up, and they have to do the Secret Santa exchange finally. So they go through the Secret Santa exchange, and Donovan gets his, and he opens it up, and it's a tie. A tie.
Okay.
Just like he asked for. And basketball tickets, because he likes sports, I guess.
Well, one of the ways that she was talking to him about getting closer or back to being closer with his dad was the fact that when he was younger, they would go and watch East Coast basketball games together.
Just general East Coast basketball
Yes.
games.
So he's very touched by this, and then he like takes his present and walks
And the
out.
boss was like, "That's more than $50."
I know, yeah. It's like, shut up, boss. And then it's Mel's turn to get a present, and there's no more presents. She always gets forgotten about or gets like crappy gifts. Yeah, Secret
Every
Santa.
year.
Poor Mel.
Every year. And she's like, it's fine, because she's so nice. She's like,
so
it's
nice, she
fine,
doesn't
it's
say
fine.
anything.
And then they're like, the guy who plays the role I would play, which is like the gay office person.
The
He's
office
like,
manager, yeah.
Hey guys, come outside. There's a sleigh. Yeah.
Casted.
I know.
You got the goods.
That's my audition to Hallmark.
Because earlier she mentioned in their back and forth about the one, he's like, is there anything Christmas that you haven't done? And she was like, I've never been in a horse-drawn sleigh.
Never? Come on. Melanie, you've done that.
So they all run outside, and she is in a sleeveless red dress.
Yes.
And of course, he's got this little shawl, but it is snowing. And it's this big, huge Santa red sleigh with a horse. And everybody kind of like looks at it.
And like, cool.
And then everybody goes
They just go back inside, and then it's just the two of them outside, just being all romantic. And, he's like, I knew you were my Secret Santa. And she's like, yeah, and I'm so glad you like Christmas now. And then she like goes to like kiss him, and it's like very romantic, and the music swells. And they spent the snow budget on this week's movies, Drew, because it was like snowing like a motherfucker, like a blizzard. And then that's it. That they're on a sleigh that's going nowhere. It has like no wheels or
We're
nothing.
talking about like two key grips, two teenage key grips with pillowcases full of the fake snow just on either side, like swinging it.
And the director's like, all right, Bobby, that's enough for the snow.
Okay, knock it off with the snow.
Like, that's enough. Okay. So yeah.
got it.
So on the podcast, Amy, we rate them on a pour it up if you love it, or put a cork in it if you hate it and would not recommend.
Okay.
So what are you going to do based on it being your first Hallmark movie? And, we did talk about how we didn't really it was stupid. But I will say the acting was good.
Oh,
They were good.
Yeah.
For what they were called to do. They were good.
I would say pour it up.
All right.
Because if I were doing something around the house, I would want to see they were paving everything out to the point where if I missed about 10, 15 minutes because I went to go find tape because I'm wrapping a present or something, I'd be like, I'm just going to rewind it and find out if I missed something. Because they did a lot of things that made you think it was going to lead to something, which it did. There was only one thing that didn't lead to something. At one point, he noticed her noticing these snowflake earrings at the Christmas market.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, you could see his wheels like, maybe I should get her those. Because she's like, my grandmother had a pair just like this. And she wore them every Christmas. And then she just forlornly put them back. Okay. But then Alicia ends up getting them. Why did that come back? What? And then who was her... That's the only part of the movie I was mad at. Because I was like, what does this even mean? But pour it up.
Okay. Great. And I will also pour it up because, you know, I thought they were good. Story was interesting. I love office place romance.
Yeah.
So, yes, pour it up for me. Drew?
I'll give a blind pour it up.
Oh.
Because they
unanimous.
hitting most of the tropes. Kind of disappointed that they screwed the pooch on the old ice skating thing.
Yeah.
But
I think they ran out of time.
I really think they were like, we're in here, guys. We're fucking in. Everyone huddle up. We're fucking in here for 20 minutes.
Yes.
Get your shit
God.
Together. Action now. Action.
They spent too much time with the putting on the skates shots.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, so that is our conversation about what is this called? With Love, Christmas.
And you did say that this was another title that changed.
It was. It was Secret Santa before.
Totally
which
should have
is
stayed
way
that.
better. Or Secretly Santa, I think it was before that. It's changed like multiple times, but they went with Love, Christmas.
Okay.
I wish you would have signed an email, with love or something. You know?
Yeah.
But no. So today for our B segment, we have some listener questions that we wanted to read for you.
Ooh.
So we got hit up on the Facebook from, who is it, Amy?
Jamie W.
Jamie W. And she writes,
I just found your podcast. It combines the things I love most with holiday movies plus snark. I knew you were my kind of people when I first heard the podcast, and you went all in on the heroines for hairstyles in Marry Me for Christmas. I howled out loud. Are you limiting yourself to just Hallmark and Lifetime? Up and Ion have some truly cringeworthy films.
yes. So there are many, many films on the other networks. And we will be covering, the holiday season for Lifetime Uncorked is like our Super Bowl. Okay. So like there's the Lifetime, there's the Hallmark. For the first season, I knew it would be a huge undertaking to even address other networks. So we are just staying on Hallmark for this season. But next year, we'll expand and get into Lifetime, get into Ion if I can. I don't know. Oh, they're so bad. Those ones are really bad. But yeah. I will look at based on star power. I will
worry.
I know. No, I know. Like that. Like today, this movie is like the best. This is one of my favorite ones so far this year.
I feel honored.
Yeah. But yeah. So Jamie W. Right?
Yeah.
She also mentioned in a later comment, because we were talking. We're best friends now. She said Drew is the secret sauce of the podcast because he doesn't know about them. So then he's like, a perfect balance. So good job, producer Drew.
Oh, well, thanks, Jamie W.
I know. This is so nice to
Appreciate
hear.
it. I kind of feel bad that I don't watch them.
No, it's
your
great.
reactions are pretty great.
And like you're providing a different perspective. So like it would be so boring if it was just people talking about how much they love Hallmark movies and blah, blah, blah. We need that reality of like, wait, what did you just say?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, how did that happen?
Absolutely.
We also got some great reviews on iTunes. My Christmas wishes are coming true. I got a laptop from my dad.
Yay.
So
Yay.
thanks, Dad. And we also got some great reviews. So Amy is going to read one of the best reviews we've gotten.
Yes, from Tiny But Large. Finally, somebody got it right. So funny and so true. Stop what you're doing right now and listen to this. It's great. And what did you call these emojis? The laughing and
Laughy
crying?
cry face.
Laughy cry face.
Lots of laughy cry faces on that one. So listeners, if you have not
And
rated
5 stars.
and reviewed us,
So many 5-star reviews.
5-star review us on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts. Write a little review. Really helps. Just get the ratings up there. or ratings. I don't know, the viewers or whatever. However, podcast, the mysterious podcast
world of iTunes.
But yeah, rating and
Apple
reviewing
Podcasts.
really helps. So please do that. Even if you just put a bunch of cry laughy face emojis and just that's it.
He'll love that.
I would love that. I love emojis. So
even just some poop, the poop ones. The
no
poop faces.
Oh,
that's a chocolate one.
it's chocolate.
Or the chocolate fudge smiley faces.
Yes. So, but no, don't. I want cry face and hearts and rainbows
And wine glasses.
and wine glasses and Christmas trees and stars.
If you put a poo-poo one, I'll know it's for me.
Okay. Amy, where can we find you on social media?
Well, you can find me on Instagram under Couey Art or Couey Art Portraits. And I'm also on Facebook under Couey Art. And coming soon, Doc Hard will be on Instagram. I'm a late bloomer when it comes to social media.
Yes.
And keeping up with the times. Like, I didn't even know how to schedule, or that you could schedule an email.
Yeah.
So check out Instagram for Doc Hard and Couey Art.
Wonderful. And Drew, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Drew Butt with Pants.
Yes.
And the same, well, Twitter too is the same.
Cool.
No.
So thank you both for being here today. And
Thank you, Patrick.
Oh, yes. Thank you, listeners, for checking back in with Lifetime Uncorked. We watch these movies so you don't have to, but if you do, we'd love to hear from you. You can follow me on social media at Patrick Miguel or the podcast at Lifetime Uncorked. And be sure to visit our website, Lifetime Uncorked, or drunk dial us. Please drunk dial us, 872-267-4117, and share your thoughts. And we already talked about rating and reviewing us, so that's it for today. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.